Perception is very much significant in today's world. So the factors that influence this perception has got most importance in today's life. A number of factors operate to shape and sometimes distort our perception. These factors can reside in the perceiver, in the object or the target being perceived, or in the context or situation in which the perception is made. So a number of factors operate to shape and sometimes distort perception of a factor can reside in these three factors: factors in the perceiver, factors in the situation, and factors in the target. So at first, factors in the perceiver. When an individual looks at the target and attempts to interpret what he or she sees, that interpretation is heavily influenced by the personal characteristics of the individual perceiver. Personal characteristics in many a times affect perception, included a person's attitude, personality, motives, interest, past experience and expectations. Here one thing is important, that attitude of a person may influence the perceiver. Attitude is judging anything and taking one side, either it is positive or it is negative, but this attitude may influence the perceiver's perception. People's personality, interest, past experience. Just like if someone has experience on organizational activities, they will stay relaxed at the time of problem. On the other hand, employees who do not have the past experience may be emotional in the time of stress. For instance, if you expect police officers to be authoritative, young people to be lazy, and individuals holding office to be unscrupulous, you may perceive them as such regardless of their cultural traits. So this difference is made based on the person. I may perceive in this way, you may perceive in opposite way. I may perceive that police officers are good, you may perceive that police officers are bad. Though it is very much related to the attitude, but this attitude influences our perception. Next factor is in the target. Characteristics of the target being observed affect what is perceived. For example, loud people are most likely to be noticed in a group than quiet ones. So too are extremely attractive or unattractive individuals. In this way, in which situation how the target is has effect on the perception, because targets are not looked at in isolation. The relationship of a target to its background also influences the perception, as does our tendency to group close things and similar things together. For instance, women, people of color, or members of any other group that has clearly distinguishable characteristics in terms of features or color are often perceived as like in other unrelated characteristics as well. Next, factors in the situation. The context in which we see objects or events is also significant. The time at which one object or event is seen can influence the attention, as can location, light, heat, or any other number of the situational factors influence the perception. So based on this situation, our perception changes. For example, at a nightclub on Saturday night, you may not notice a 22-year-old female dressed to the nines, but same women so attired for your Monday morning management class would certainly catch your attention, and then that of the rest of the classes. So in this way, due to the differences in the situation, you may notice something or you may not notice something, and creation of your perception is different in two different situations, and this difference is only due to the differences of the situation. Neither the perceiver nor the target changed between Saturday night and Monday morning, but the situation is different.